everybody. It's Gypsy. Let me see. Let's start with announcements first. I am still trying to get my domain switched over. Yeah, to my new host provider. I'm working on my new website. It's looking good. I think it's going to work out better for me and my customers because things will be cheaper. Yeah. Um, but if you do want to see my website before the domain gets transferred, uh, you can go to gypsywitchcreations.wordpress.com, and eventually, it should be today, my domain will be switched over, and then it will just be gypsywitchcreations.com again. Okay, let me see. Anything else? Oh, if you're in the Southwest, particularly Southwest Arizona, come see me in person. I have a booth located at 960 West Main Street. Um, you can't miss me. Well, first of all, you see me sitting there. You see all my art set out. And also, I do readings there. But my tent has, well, the typical woo-woo stuff, all the flowing scarves and stuff. And yeah, I have a canopy with a blue top. You can't miss me. But come check me out there. I'm open every day except Mondays for the moment. And that's about it, I think. Right. So today, I was thinking about this morning. Yeah, being a nomad, I had to do dump station duty, which those of you who don't live in RVs or don't have RVs, you don't need to know what that is. It's disgusting. Think sewage, right? Anyways, yeah, because, yeah, this just keeps happening. I just think about how crazy and ridiculous the life of a psychic medium is, right? I was coming back from the dump station. All of a sudden, a person appears in front of my truck. I freaked out. Like that because, well, a lot of times, yeah, I have trouble. They appear so solid that for a second there, I think they're an incarnated being, a person. And then they disappear like that. And it's like, will you guys stop doing that? You scare me. Yes. Oh, was this last year? I was looking for a new place to camp last summer, I believe, summer 2020. But I wanted someplace with good cell reception because I use a hotspot for my Wi Fi. So I decided to go about hour up the road to see what this other campsite was like if they had a cell service. And I'm on the highway. My family in the spirit realms decides, who did that? That was not me, Mom. Right. They decide they're going to look ahead for me and see if there's a cell tower anywhere. How do they tell me there is one? Instead of saying, Michelle, there's a cell tower. I'm driving on the highway. All of a sudden, right before me, as solid as can be, looking very physical, is a huge cell tower on the freeway. Yeah, I didn't really react. I was like, okay, I don't think that's in this realm here on the freeway. It was okay. And they're like, was that okay? I said, well, it was quick enough. I didn't get into an accident. But it does, you startle. Right. And, like I'll see this one I did on my own, I think. Yeah, I took a peek into the past. Right. Driving down Highway 40, or Interstate 40, I believe, going into Williams, Arizona. Somehow, I took a peek into the past because I kind of glanced over the side of the road and there was a sign from the Old West. And then it was gone. Yeah, because I wanted to read it and I looked and it just disappeared. I think I was concentrating too much on the words and whatever was the energy left from the past I couldn't see anymore. Weird shit like this happens all the time. Right, the more I use my abilities, the more it happens. Oh, what's another good one? The one I was just... Oh, that? When you guys were sleeping? Right. Yeah. My youngest son, well, my boys used to share a bedroom, but they were 10 years apart. So John Patrick, who's in here with me, right, he did now. But at the time he wasn't. He was a teenager, and his little brother, we had a two-bedroom house. So the boys were sharing a room. What did you say to me, honey? Okay. This is John Patrick Stanton the fourth. I came to my mother one day and I said, Mom, could you please have him sleep in your room He's driving me batshit crazy. I'm trying to get homework done. Like all he ever did was homework. He was really good. It's Michelle again. He was good about getting his homework done, but what I knew was it wasn't always homework. Right. Anyways, yeah. After he died, his brother tattled on him and said, "No, Mom, he was playing runes." Or RuneScape. Is that what it is? Yeah, something like that. Right. I said, "You think I'm that stupid, Christian? I know what your brother wasn't always doing homework." Right. So yeah, anyway, so that's how that happened. You're right. So I had my younger son come sleep with me. He was just, I don't know, he was 5, maybe 6, I don't know. Right, so he ended up in my bedroom. Well, I went through this period of time, or was it only one night? I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Anyways, right. You know how you fall asleep and you get like that sleep paralysis? Right. And then I sensed presence in the room. Next thing I know, I'm being lifted up and carried down my hallway. Obviously, not my physical body. Right, it's a little hard for those who are disincarnated to pick up a physical body. In fact, I say, well, is it impossible, guys? Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. You can't. Right, I was like laying flat, and they, whatever it was, picked me up and carried me flat down the hallway. Well, you can't pick up, yeah, a grown woman and carry down the hallway unless you have a physical body of your own. So, yeah, this happened. And, of course, my only worry with my maternal instinct was, all right, my boys are sleeping. This thing, I hope it doesn't go after them. Right? Yeah, it did happen a couple of times. Weird shit like that. Oh! What about my favorite spirit guide? He's laughing already. Right. My Uncle Wes. Right. One day, after the boys went to bed, I was sleeping. Okay. Right. I went out to sit. It was a nice summer day to sit in the front stops and the front stoop. John's window's open because it's a hot summer day. We didn't have air conditioning. And at night, I mean, right. All of a sudden, peeking around this big ass tree in my yard, I see somebody peeking around. And people see the shadow man. That's what it looked like, the fedora. And he don't dress like that. He's a hick. Anyways, that's how it looked to me. Is this true? Right, Mom. Sometimes the person will perceive us differently than we're trying to appear. Were you wearing that baseball hat again? Or whatever it was you were wearing that day? Right. He doesn't remember what he was wearing, but that's what you saw. Right. And I didn't freak out or anything. And I had not used intentionally, let's say intentionally, used my ability in years because I was raising kids. And yeah, I had reached that age when I was younger that I didn't want people to think I was different. Right. And yeah, there were reasons I just decided not to use it. Right. So yeah, and that incident with me being carried down the hall happened during this period. Obviously, my kids were young. I wasn't using them. Right. So I see Uncle Wes peeking around. I didn't realize it was Uncle Wes because I thought I never heard of the Shadow Man before, so I don't know how I manifested that vision. I was a Christian. We don't talk about those things in the church. Right. Anyways, all I said was, "My boys, I can't talk to you right now. My boys are sleeping." And, yeah, John, you were on the verge of atheism at that time, and you were very practical, very left brain. He would have heard me talking to somebody, looked out the window, nobody's there. He would have had me committed if he could. Called my mother, my grandma, we need to do something about Mom. She's talking to people who aren't there, right? Anyways, yeah, my uncle went away and respected that. What? Oh, here's a good one. Father's Day. Was that 2000, 2001? I went to the cemetery. I was sitting in my father's grave crying about a very severe situation my boys and I were going through. Now I really wanted to talk to my dad, but again, I was not using my abilities, so I did what most people do and just sit there and cry. Nobody else was in the cemetery for some weird reason. Oh, it was Father's Day, not Mother's Day, that's why. Yeah, we know how that goes. Anyways, I look up, and this woman who wasn't there before is walking towards me. She looked incarnated, solid as can be. And again, I wasn't using my abilities. Right. And she came and gave me a pep talk. I think I needed a mother, I think. Yeah. My mom did the best she could, said all she had to say, could say. She was giving me pep talks too. Right, I need maybe somebody more impartial. Yeah, so, Dad, you, right, she volunteered to come and talk to you. She saw you crying there. Right. Her family was on the other side of the cemetery. Oh, okay. Right, so Grandpa said my daughter needed to talk to me. Yeah, but she can't see me, right? I think, right, I think when I wasn't using my abilities, and it is harder, the more you have invested, the more emotions, somebody close to you, it's harder sometimes, especially when you're upset. So, anyways, I had a entire conversation with this woman. She looked very third dimensional. I couldn't see through her or anything. She wasn't a mist like I sometimes, not a mist, the sparklies I see, right, like that. Right. Um, I didn't find out till years later. They finally fessed up and told me that woman, yeah, she was no longer incarnated. You do know that? Right? No, I had no idea. Right, and then I don't know. She was gone. I mean, I thought she walked away, but she disappeared halfway. She must walk off fast. She does now these days. Yeah, we travel quickly when we don't have physical bodies. Oh, that was another one. I'm trying to think of others. Anything happened when I was married to your dad? Oh, do we have? Yeah, yeah. I was pregnant with my first child, John Patrick. I received a message, and I was not using my abilities at the time. I had decided no. I'm pregnant with my first child, first new mom. I received a message inadvertently. I wasn't trying, believe me, I wasn't. That my baby would die before me. Would go home to the spirit realm before me. And so I was just like, I didn't hear that. That no, that it was my imagination. I'm just being a new mom, worried, shit like that. And I just get pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. No, it's not there. Over 26 years of having to deal with that one. But then a little while later, I had a premonition dream while pregnant with John, and I was told the exact day he would be born, which was the same day as my cousin's son, my second cousin's birthday. And so I called my whoops, spirit got too close to the camera again. So when I woke up the next morning, I called my cousin all excited. I said, Joanne, I had a dream last night. My baby was going to be born on Chris's birthday. She goes, you're kidding. Sure enough, it happened. Yeah, there was something else that came to mind. What else? Oh, I didn't know when my mother-in-law was going to die. It's my second mother-in-law. I didn't know. I just knew she was going to. Now, if you compared my mother to my husband's mother, you would think my mother would go first. But no, I knew she was going to go first. So yeah, that happened. I had not, more of a less of a time frame. I didn't have a date or anything like that. With John when I was pregnant, nobody told me when. It was just 26 years of worry. Oh, that's what it was. Right. So John's about, I don't know, 15 months old. We lived in an apartment at this time on the first floor. We had a patio that was fenced in. Now, I'm making dinner. And this kid, yeah, he always wanted to be outside. And he's bugging me to go outside already. So I said, if you go outside, Mommy's going to be at the dining room table, which faced the sliding glass door to the patio. Well, I was cutting up vegetables for probably a salad, knowing me. Right. And I have to be able to see you. So I'm cutting. I let him do that. And I don't see him. Naturally, I panicked. I go running out the door. Johnny, Johnny. And I'm looking around the pantry. I don't see him. And I am like, well, if you're a parent, we've all been through it. So here I look over. He was in the corner and he didn't answer me. He was doing his business in his diaper and he likes his privacy. He liked his privacy even his baby. And he didn't answer me. Man, my heart was beating. But the thought I had immediately, I could barely say it. Back down, everybody. Okay. The thought I had immediately was one day, it's going to be real, Michelle. I didn't know when. I just, and it was, I don't know if I remembered that premonition. I thought about that, or I just knew it. But he was an adult when it happened, but still, it's the same feeling because it's still your baby, no matter what age. We talked about that one too, which comes next. One time when he was a little boy, we were sitting on the couch. I forgot what we were talking. Were we reading that book? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that book I Love You Forever. Like, he tore it up because it made his mom cry all the time. Yeah, but anyways, I told him one day. He was only like about 5, 6 years old. I said, even when you were 35 years old, you will still be my baby. Well, John died at 26 next year in December in 2022. He would have been 35, so it's going to be a hard birthday for me. He's still my baby, though, body or none. Thank you. That was a hard one to talk about. I'm trying to think of other things that have happened. Yeah, I mean, I was actually very good at turning off my abilities, but these things kept happening. But then when I got older, especially after John died, and you're a grieving mother, you don't want to pass this information around that you have the ability to do it. And I literally forgot, well, I was in such grief. I was actually denying after he died that I could talk to him or that he would be anywhere. I just didn't want to deal with it because my thought is everybody's going to think I'm nuts. And I didn't want them to. So it's really covered my ass. But there's my son. He was literally moving things around my house, throwing things around my house. The glue bottle, not throwing, but he pushed the glue bottle off. And it was one of those big glue bottles, and it was full. And he did that twice. It was when he finally got my attention. He goes, "Mom, I looked back in your life. You know you're a psychic medium, right?" "No." "Mom, you can hear me now." "No, I can't. No, don't do that." No, but then I got excited because then I didn't have to give up my baby or babies because I lost 2 babies then. What? Oh, the personality things. Is that what you guys are talking about? No, not really. Okay. Um, right. Where was I? Yeah. So I was really good at turning it off. So I guess I kind of like forgot I could do it. So, after a few years of talking, especially to my 3 oldest children in the spirit realm, I began to wonder, am I crazy? Is John lying to me about this? I was never a psychic medium. So, yeah, they remind me that, oh my God, that did happen. Oh, that's a video we got to do. Right, that did happen. I remember it clearly. Like my favorite spirit guide again, Uncle Wes. We were in the car in the station wagon driving to Pennsylvania from Northeast Ohio to go to my grandparents' farm to see my grandparents. I'm sitting behind my dad. He's driving. I look over. My uncle, when I was younger, used to appear to me as like a young 12, 13. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. 12, 13-year-old boy. And there he is. And I remember smiling at him, and then he disappeared, I think. Right. That was a very clear memory. I have a bunch of them. One about a UFO we're going to discuss in another video. Right. So these are the things that were happening, and I thought maybe I was crazy. I never talked to anybody, even as a small child. Somehow I knew not to, about what I was doing, what I was able to do. But there was only one person I ever trusted when I was a kid to talk to about things. My lifelong best friend, which you've heard me talk to her about. So in 2019, it was the beginning of my nomadic life. I'm traveling through North Carolina, and naturally, she lives there now. I stop and visit her for, I don't know, several days. So we're sitting on her, what they call the bistro. It's like her back patio. It's where we get together and drink a lot and have fun. Yeah, that's why it's the bistro, right? Anyways, we're sitting there talking, and I said, Pam, I have to ask you a question. And I said, do you remember I had a friend, Melissa, who was a spirit when I was a kid. We're going to talk about that, too, because parents get off your kids' back and tell them it's imagination. Anyways, I said, do you remember, like, me talking about stuff like this? My friend Melissa, the faces I saw in the window, there's another Uncle Wes story. Right. I said, she goes, yeah. She goes, I remember you talking about Melissa, especially, and yeah, I remember, because one time it happened in her bedroom. I looked up and saw faces in the window, or a face. Ugliest. No, it was. That's how I perceived it that day. I think it was just the mood I was in. My uncle did not appear pleasant to me that day. He was just checking in on us girls. Yeah, we weren't getting in trouble. What you gonna tell David Cash and Marilyn? Yeah, what they're doing. Yeah, clue. So I asked her, and she says yes. She goes, she used to do that stuff all the time. She's the only one who, when I went back after John died, using my psychic abilities, wasn't shocked at all. I never even questioned her. Oh, that's good. I'm happy for you. Very matter of fact, she's a pastor's wife. It never occurred to me that maybe she was like, yeah, I remember you doing that when we were kids, so why not? Yeah, it was about the time I met Pam, we became friends, that I stopped. I think I didn't want everybody thinking I was weird. No, she never gave me a weird reaction. Um, yeah, we all we cared, we just wanted to hang out and have fun, me and Pam. So that could be one of the reasons, but I gave up on it. Right? She remembered. So yeah, she confirmed I'm not insane. What I'm doing is real, and you're really talking to these people. And tell my dad I said hi. I said you tell him yourself. No, I told her dad popped in one day to check on me and see how I was doing. Right, you guys can say hi to your family members yourself. They'll hear you. If you want two-way conversation, then that's where I come in. Right. Did I mention at the beginning of this video? Right, I'm selling my art and stuff in person, and I do readings. So if you're in the Southwest and you want to speak to the other side, to come see me. Right. Let me see. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah. Even when I wasn't used, like, if you have that, if you were born with that ability and you try to turn it off, I suppose you could get really good. But yeah, they still. Oh yeah, spirits walking by. I don't see. I was walking down Mayfield Road one day, and I know this guy was a spirit. I just turned back. Yeah, Mom goes waving, and oh my God, yes. What was it? Yesterday, I was at work at my booth. Right. I'm seeing all this. I was just seeing spiritual energy. Sometimes it would start to form into a human form. Um, and I tell you, why is everybody going to Ken's discount grocery store? I'm not talking about the incarnated ones. Right, the ones who died. Why are they going in? What do they need food for? Oh, most of them are visiting Ken and his wife. Oh, maybe. Yeah, there are people who are in there, Mom. That's why they do. Yeah, we'll hang out with you guys sometime, even if you don't realize it. Right. Am I saying yes? You are. Um, right. So that's what was happening. My mom, I started entertaining everybody, both sides. Right. My mom waves to them, waves to people who are currently disincarnated, as my mother likes to say. Right. And we were laughing about it this time, but I thought you were serious at Halloween. I kind of, no, I wasn't. I was joking with you. You didn't pick up on that, right? I'm driving down the road. I'm seeing people. Well, I saw one woman working like she was in her ditch or something. Yeah, and your mom's waving. I said, Mom, you got to knock that off, especially the ones in the cemetery, right? You got to knock that off because they're going to follow you home and want you to pass around readings. It does kind of happen, but they're respectful of it. No, I'm not comfortable with that. Oops, what that cat's doing out there. Right. Right. So I was like, why do you need to go to the grocery store? Right. When you dead. Right. But she starts having a conversation with this guy. My mom was in such a funny mood this day. Yeah, and he dead. This guy John's talking about. Right. This guy is laughing hysterically. I saw his sparklies, right, but then I had to get back to work and I'm still talking away, right. I didn't hear, I could feel laughter too. Does that make sense to anybody? Even we think we know what you mean. We've never experienced it in a body, so we can't. It's kind of like when I couldn't see my son after he died. I mean, I can feel you rolling your eyes at me, young man. Right? I might not see it, but I feel it. You better check yourself, right? My mother still reprimands me, not from the spirit, from the physical spirit realm when I'm in the spirit realm, the actual one. Right. So this guy he was laughing away. Yeah, it's pretty much, well, not situations. It's similar where we joke around and laugh. We'll laugh at you guys down here if you're being silly. We don't laugh at serious matters, right? We don't make fun of any of you, as my grandfather was saying. Right. So I was literally joking around. I was entertaining a spirit. My daughter once told me, Mom, we're not circus acts. Because I asked, well, why don't you do this stuff in front of your brother? Apparently, I'm a circus act for the spirit realm. No, I do. If I start whoops! Spirit got too close to the camera again. Right. If I'm interacting and I'm in a funny mood, I mean, I will be funny. In fact, well, yeah, with strangers, it's easier for me to be funny with a stranger in the spirit realm than it is in the physical realm, actually. Right. But that kind of stuff, that's now when I use my abilities like 24/7 now. Okay, we gotta cut that. Right. Let's see. Yeah, that's most of the major ones, but yeah, if you're a natural psychic medium, like you were born with it, it never really goes away. That's kind of what my therapist told me when years and years and years ago when I was very young and I was being treated for anorexia. She said, "Girl, you're gonna recover from this, and when you're an elderly woman, yeah, and it's still gonna be there." She's right. No, I don't diet anymore. Well, starve anymore. But I can't look at my body. So that's still there. It's kind of the same thing. It never really goes away. They don't mean to appear to you, but you'll hone in accidentally because it's still ingrained in there, and you were doing a lot as a kid, as a youngster, and yeah, it happens. Right. No, he was a spirit, I could tell. Right, he was very 3D. There was something, the feeling I got from him. Right. So, anyways, that's it's just weird stuff. If you're a psychic medium, whether you choose to use your abilities or not, it's a ridiculous life. It is weird. Weird shit happens all the time. Right. Now I was trying to hide it from my boys. They both know now. John let the cat out of the bag on that one. Right. Whoops. this, the incarnated spirit is getting klutzy. Right. Yeah. I'm in a weird mood today. Anyways, people, it's my day off. I'm supposed to be. I got the dump station done. I have to go do laundry now. But I just wanted. I was thinking about this a lot. How weird my life is. I don't hear other people seeing and hearing, and even when you're off duty, right? If I'm not at my little reading table doing a reading, it's still going on. It's still happening, right? So, anyways, I'm going to leave everyone with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.